Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Ken Azura here, and today I'm going to be bringing you through some wormhole mechanics, a few tactics you can use, as well as I'll be teaching you the basics of scanning, adding bookmarks, and things alike. So, we will get right into it. So, of course, at the time you're going to be undocked, not even in a wormhole, but I am currently in one at the moment. I'll pretty much bring you through our little routine of how you're going to go ahead and find one. So naturally you'll be fitted out with probes. Naturally you will be wanting to use core probes. However, I am a tactical destroyer, so I naturally have the expanded version, which allows me to use combat probes. So if you don't know the difference between combat and core, cores are used naturally just for scanning anomalies, combat sites, wormholes, stuff like that. Nothing ship-wise. Now, combat probes will be used for your ships. You can, however, of course, use them to scan down anomalies. However, you will not have your strength for those entities won't be as strong as cores. And of course, cores, you cannot scan down any ships with those, not at all. So anyways, let's get right into it here. So, you're going to have your map up. I like to keep my scanner here split, that way I can maneuver it around and see better. Naturally, you're going to want to have a pinpoint as such, a pinpoint formation. You can spread them out if you want like this, but doesn't always work out. So you want to make sure you just do it one by one, and we'll try to find what we can see out here. So as you can see, we have a multiple signatures here that we can go ahead and scan down. They all seem pretty much the same size. Anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and pick one. So you want to kind of match the signature here. It's not 4, but it's definitely not 8, but it's within our bubble here. So we'll go ahead and analyze it out and see what kind of percentage we get. Alrighty, as you can see, we've picked up some signatures here. Don't know what it is yet, but we'll try to zone in on here. We'll zone in on this one up here. Oops. And of course that may happen. You just want to scroll out, bring it back up, find your anomaly again, and zone in on them here. Try to bring it down, and of course this time you don't want to use the same probe size. You want to bring it downgraded by 1, which is going to be 4. We're going to see if it's within the AO. We do have something that is bookmarked near here, but we're just going to disregard it. So this is a wormhole, as you can see. So again, we're going to move our probes relatively right on top, and then downsize it yet again. And of course, while you're doing this, you're either cloaked or you're on a citadel like I am, and you aren't tethered. So I'm safe, and over here I can see if any enemies come by, so I'm perfectly safe right now. However, when you are searching for a wormhole in any space perhaps, make sure you take that extra precautionary action to keep yourself safe. Again, either tethered or cloaked. You don't want to just sit outside the station. It's a bad habit. So you're going to wind up yourself dead in seconds. Alright, now that we have found the wormhole, we're going to go ahead and go to it. Warp to 0.
Drive active.
Hopefully there's nothing out there to snag me, which there could possibly be. And especially while you're in wormhole space, as I am now, you just want to make sure you're always pulsing. Especially while traveling. Pulse that D-scan, watch your surroundings, see what's around you. So naturally, when you come to the wormhole, you'll be within splash range, or almost. But of course, once you get here, you should always mark this, okay? Mark this. Okay, name it whatever you like. I'm just gonna keep it as the default for now. And so since we have that marked, we're gonna check it out real quick. We're gonna move towards it and we're gonna check it out. It looks relatively stable to me. We'll take a further reading here. So you always look at the show info on this item here and just take a read, okay? Unstable wormhole deep in space. Wormholes of this kind, blah 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 blah. It's okay. Can lead anywhere, okay? So right now this is a Kilo 162. So what a 162 is an exit hole, okay? So someone exited from somewhere to this location. They pretty much opened the hole to come here. And we just keep reading. It's beginning its decay. So pretty much, what does that mean? It won't last another day. So within 24 hours, okay? So it's beginning the decay. So this translates to between 4 and 24 hours. That's how long it would stay up, okay? So you have 3 different I disconnected here, but we'll just disregard that. So there's 3 pretty much life texts that you can receive, and it would be in this ending here. So naturally it will be not yet begun, which you have more than 24 hours, which is it's very, very fresh, okay? So when it says not yet begun, you still have more than 24 hours until it will collapse. Then it's beginning to decay. I'm sorry. Right here. Beginning to decay, which is between 4 and 24 hours. And then it's reaching the end of its natural life cycle. That means it's pretty much on the verge of collapse. Okay. Now, these times, right? So again, I'm going to go over. So you have more than 24, between 4 to 24, and then less than 4. Now, these are just lifetimes, okay? These are rough estimates of how long they could be up. However, there is mass that can disrupt this wormhole to collapse early, okay? So enough ships that go through that are big enough can cause a wormhole to go unstable and pretty much collapse the hole, okay? So wormhole has not yet had its stability significantly disrupted by ships passing through it. So right now, it's looking pretty good, okay? So you're perfectly fine to jump through and be perfectly safe. And of course, visually, like I was telling you, or my evaluation when I came to the wormhole, I said it looks relatively stable. When you visually see the wormhole here, it will be very like violently vibrating. Right now it's kind of pulsing, right, as you can see. So we're looking pretty good here. So always make sure before you enter the wormhole or before you exit a wormhole and you need to go back, just make sure you visually inspect the wormhole and check the show info to see what the wormhole was like, okay? So again, this is exit. So someone came from the other side to come here. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. So this right now leads to another wormhole on this side. Currently it looks pretty big, as you can't see it on our scanners here, which it kind of is actually. 31. So yeah, so somebody, there's a potential possibility someone lives in this wormhole, or there was just travelers maybe came into this wormhole, scanned another one down, and they just came through ours and made the hole there. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it's not a Kilo 162 anymore, right? It changed the name. Show info, and it tells you, hey, it leads to the unstable world deep in space. Wormholes this kind of collapse, blah blah blah. Okay. and it leads to unknown parts of space. So unnaturally unknown parts, no, wormhole space. Okay, and of course, before you leave this area, before you leave that hole, if you go through it, and you're in unknown space now, or somewhere you don't know, you haven't been, and you need to go back, make sure you set a bookmark. Always, always make it a habit. So you want to either click on the wormhole, go to the plus sign, pin, save, submit, done. You're good. You can do that with your ship too if you're creating safes in space. So if you're in a wormhole, these are very good, especially if you don't know the area. Give yourself a safe spot. That way, if you get the chance to evade somebody, you'll have a safe haven for a little while. That doesn't mean it's permanently safe because they can scan you down. Hence, if they have combat probes, like I do. So we just pretty much created a spot in space back there. So now I warped the star. It is a known location, right? It's a known warpable location that people can warp to. Anyone can warp to here, but no one can warp to your spot that you just made. It's not a known warpable location. That's why we create those safe spots in space, because the only way to get to you, or well, two ways actually. The two ways are fleeting up with you and warping to you, or scanning you down and warping to you. But of course, if someone is trying to scan you down, it will populate on your D-scan. You'll be able to see them here. And make sure, of course, you're not filtering them out. My PvP filter here does see them, so I'm good there. Or if I want to see everything around me, here's all the stuff. Right? Cool, 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 cool. So, good thing we set that bookmark, right? We're just gonna go ahead back to our wormhole here. Now, of course, while you're here, you're not just gonna be, you know, warping off in space. Oh, excuse me. You're gonna be doing sites, okay? You're gonna be doing these combat sites. While you're doing these combat sites, of course, that habit of clicking D-scan is a must. People are gonna come by, they're gonna see you. So if I came into this system, I already have multiple combat sites that are in D-scan range, right? 14.3 is our natural D-scan max range, and I'll be able to see all those, okay? Not this one, of course, but the rest. I'll be able to see them. So I'll be here. You won't even see me on D-scan yet, but however, if you are there, I'll pretty much, you know, do this, get the angle right, get the range right, and I'll find you, right? I'll know you're at that exact place, and then I'll warp to you. And by the time I'm pretty much on you, I most likely will have you caught, unless you're further away from the site itself, right? So these sites here are not your standard mission site, right? So anyone can warp in at range. They're not going to have any gates to go through. All of these rooms are just single rooms. They can warp in at distance, right, like I just did, or they can scan you down and warp to you instantly, and you'll be they will be at zero pretty much from you, okay? So you really want to make sure you keep just maintain awareness of your surroundings and how you conduct yourself in there. Make sure you're always on the move, as well as you have a plan to get out. Okay, don't try and think of a plan and scramble around and like, oh, where do I go, you know, blah blah blah. Make sure you're pre-aligned, okay? Because naturally these ships that are going to be out to get you, they're going to have cloaking devices that are they have roughly a 5-second calibration time. Most have a 5-second calibration time, and then they have their locking time. So that gives you roughly 7 to 10 seconds for you to click one button, which that being warp, okay? Again, that's a lot of, 10 seconds is a lot of time if you think about it. Because if you're already pre-aligned, right? So saying you're doing your site, you're already pre-aligned, you see somebody decloak, boom, hit the button, and you're gone.
Drive active.
Simple as that. You are gone. Okay? And of course, you need to make sure you are watching your overview, watching your D-scan, see who's around, if you can, right? Because those cloaky ships, you're not going to be able to see them. and the only way you'll detect them is when they decloak themselves by accident, or they're decloaking themselves to kill you.
Warp drive.
Okay. Other than that, you will not see them at all. You're gonna be peacefully doing your sight, and then all of a sudden, you're warp scrambled and you have no idea what's going on. Okay. But the best thing you can do in that predicament is fight back. You have to fight back, and pretty much stand your ground, and hopefully someone in the same wormhole as you is on standby to come and save you and come and help you out. Because you're not going to get away if you're already warp scrambled. If you hit that button and you can't, there's no there's going to be the option there, but if you can't, the only option is to kill that target, kill that enemy that's scrambling you, and then you can freely get away. Other than that, if you don't have any utilities to help you out, like ECM drones, or any Noose or Newts or NOS, then you're really out of luck, honestly. Now, rolling back, when you are traveling through these wormholes, there's something called polarization. Okay, once you go through the hole, you're okay, but once you go through again, you're gonna have that timer. Okay, and this is very crucial because if somebody's camping you on these holes, you have to make a decision. You can't just go back, right? You have to go someplace or fight. Look, now I have that polarization, 4 minutes and 31 seconds. Okay, so now I'm stuck. I can't go through any wormhole because I'm polarized. I've been jumping through wormholes too quick, and I have that that penalty now. So, yep, pretty much at this time, right? You have your cloak timer, so you have to make a decision. Do you run or do you fight? If you already know you're getting caught, you might as well prep to fight. Okay, analyze your target. Who's the weakest target around, so I can at least kill somebody before I go down. All right, or spam for help if there's anyone in the vicinity to help you out. And of course, while you're in wormhole space, or even low sec, right? Low sec, no sec, anywhere dangerous. If there's friends in your local, fleet up with them, talk to them, because you and that other individual or multiple are, you guys will save each other. Force multipliers out there. 1v1s, if you're the prey in that 1v1, they're most likely going to win your opponent because you become the prey, right? If they know they can kill you, they will try. Strength in numbers, and of course, you're pretty much going to be multiplying your own force, and potentially win, or at least get that other guy to stop attacking your buddy. Now in wormhole space, you don't have local, right? So like I said, there's gonna be cloaky targets around here. You won't know they're there. You will have not a clue, no idea that they're even close in the system. Nothing, unless they talk. If they talk in local, you'll see them. But other than that, ghosts. It's a ghost town. As well as when you're doing these data sites, okay, in wormhole space, your data sites could already be scanned down. Okay, keep that in mind. You're not the only one that's out there, right? Never think of that. Somebody could be watching that data site. They could be watching you scan it down, and they will know. They're gonna watch their D-scan, and they're gonna zone in close on that data site, right? 1 or 5, and they're gonna see your probes come close, and they're gonna be waiting for you. As soon as you go to one of those canisters to start your hack, they're gonna be waiting for you, and they're gonna jump right on you. So at that point, make sure you are pre-aligned while you are doing your little mini game, trying to hack that site. It's a bit of a struggle, but of course, once you get to that, once you get in range to hack, pre-line out, and make sure your propulsion module is not on, because that will extend your align and warp time. Okay, so make sure it's off, and make sure you can attempt to stay pre-lined or just stop your ship. Right, your ship will be stopped, and just try your best to get a different vector. Just align yourself right. I'm in the direction. Stop. Now you have a little better odds because your agility and stuff isn't just going. You're just going forward. You don't have to worry about turning all kind of weird ways and whatnot. But of course, make sure you select this target. Okay. You don't want to be pre-lined somewhere and then go this way instead because you're panicking. Now you aligned for no reason. Okay. Take advantages of the things that you have, you know, resourced for yourself, and take advantage of your friendlies in the AO that you're in. Again, wormholes, as you can see, kind of dangerous space because we're in the unknown, right? We are in the unknown, and we don't know what's around us. Someone could pop out right now and kill me. If they really wanted to. But it's super unknown out here. So just really try your best, observe your surroundings, take advantage of your resources. And if you see something suspicious, if you see someone come by, and you're in a friendly wormhole, please, 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 make it known. That way, your friendlies are going to be tracking, and we can get them out of our system, or at least try to plan for some type of counter to destroy them, or whatever the case may be. Now, of course, keep in mind there's things called bubbles out there. So things like your interdictors, they're gonna create bubbles, and you probably won't see it until it's too late. So if you are coming from a wormhole, right? I just came from that wormhole, and let's say that was to I just came from HiSec, okay, and this was my HiSec hole, right, to get back home, and I live in HiSec. If that was a place, and if I go here, right, if I go straight line shot, somebody could be waiting for me and put a bubble up right in between, because they saw where I warped, right? If he's Cloaky and he has a buddy to come with his interdictor and put a bubble down, he knew where I went. He knows my trajectory. So now, a very good practice, right, is to find somewhere close, and if not, try your best. Okay, try your best. So we're gonna see if this is close enough so I can see the hole from that location. It's looking like a no. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. Oh no, yeah, we're good. So now you're at a different trajectory, right? It's not a straight line from where I was to that wormhole. Now we're at a different angle. So it's less likely that bubble will attach to us. Or we'll run into it, rather. So and then you can freely go to your hole, and you'll be safe. Naturally, warping directly to your destination is not always the best idea. But of course, if you're in a panic and whatnot, if that's what you gotta do, hey, that's what you gotta do. And of course, you can last them out. Wait for the bubble to die down. However, if it is a static bubble, like it is a deployable, it will stay there until offline and removed, or simply destroyed. So one of the two. Just keep all these tips in mind while you're walking around wormhole space. It's dangerous out here, and of course, message me, Ken Azura, for any more tips, anything you'd like to know. There's of course more and more tips out there, but this was just a simple crash course to give you guys a little bit of better visual of how to maneuver yourself and do a couple things while you're out here. Of course, stop by, come in the hole if it's close by. We are always rotating the wormholes holes so pretty much we're always changing them out. They change every day. So if you do want to come in, just send a mail, send a message in the net somewhere so that we can get you in if you want to be in here. There, as you can see, currently there's no more site up. There is some more in here. There is definitely combat sites. There is relic sites out there too. Just gotta come here and scan them down, and we'll be here waiting for your support. However, it is not always quiet like this, right? It's not always quiet. So just be prepared. If you have to fight,
Docking request
you know,
accepted.
you gotta do what you gotta do. It's fight or flight out here. So just try your best to survive. Alright, I'll see you out here.